are planning to move, hopefully next year, to the new school. So eventually we might have better space. So most welcome in the Evangelical Lutheran School of Hope.
Thank you.
I know that you adopted 2 of our students and you support them financially, and that's great, and we'll ask them to come and say thank you. And we have a small cup of coffee and then a small tour in the school before you leave. So I will just give a brief introduction about the school, and then if you have any questions. But first let me ask you to meet Harry. She's one of the volunteers here. She's American, so I asked her to come here.
And translate.
Yeah, and we have another volunteer also with her, but he's in class right now, Carter. And I will ask her also to talk about the program that they work with for 5 minutes. Okay? Okay. All right. So the Evangelical Lutheran School of Hope was actually established by the church, of course, by the belated pastor Bassem Nijam, and that was 50 years ago. Last summer we celebrated the jubilee of the school, and since then I would say that we some almost above 1,100 graduates in the field right now. They started with 6 students at that time, and now we have all this number actually working with very good posts in the community, here or even internationally. It's a secondary school. It's a school that starts from kindergarten until 12th grade. And if I want to identify the School of Hope, I would choose 3 unique points for me, or even 4. But the majors are that the School of Hope was the only supreme school that teaches German language. Nowadays we're having another maybe 2 governmental schools that started the program, but it is by choice and not mandatory as we do it here. And we teach German language because the official relationship with the school and the Lutheran Church in Germany was very strong in the beginning, and they supported the church and still supporting for a long time. And also it's one of the only schools that teaches German language, so that's a plus. A lot of the families come here for that reason. They want their children to learn German. And eventually some of our graduates too, they go to Germany to continue their studies. So this is one of the unique points. The second thing I would identify the School of Hope with is that it's like since 14 years ago almost, or 15 years, we have exchange programs with European schools and programs for more than 15 years. 2 or 3 of them are going every year or every other year, so it's continuous. Like one with 2 programs with Germany, one with Norway, and one with Italy. But also we have every now and then here and there, like we went to Finland, to Denmark, and through these exchange groups, the students visit the schools there. They are hosted by students there, and of course they learn about the culture, the education, the way of living, and on the other hand, they host students back. So this way also European students know about the Palestinian culture and of course the conflict from the other side of the story. So that's the second thing. So the third thing is that we have started a special dancing troupe, folkloric dance troupe, for Al-Raja, the school here, since 12 years almost. And since then, we have almost every year an annual performance in a big cultural place here, a venue, that we invite the national community, the national community surrounding with, and the families of the children. And through this troupe also, they have a chance to go abroad. Sometimes they're invited by places to perform. And by this, of course, we mean that extracurriculum activities are very important to shape the characteristics of students, but also it's a way to preserve culture and history for the students to know the way their ancestors used to dance and preserve this as a Palestinian identity. And actually, I think it was 2006, 10 years ago, the students, the troupe that time went for the States for performance with the Lutheran church there, and they performed in 50 different cities around the United States.
Wow.
So that was a huge journey for them and something never to forget. Yeah, so these, I would always identify the School of Hope by this, and I'm sure the pastor will give us also a little bit of how is the relationship always between the school and the church, and then we would have your questions if you want to know anything more.